All right, in this video, I'm going to share with you why did I refuse a $620,000 gig. It was a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity to make money. The guy was legit, means he actually was someone who had a relationship with me in terms of being my client. And why did I say no to it? So I've listed down 7 reasons why I said no to it and what happened next. And feel free to let me know your thoughts. Now, I'm pretty sure many of you will say, "Hey, stop bluffing, man. Who the hell would want you to? Who the hell would want you to pay even maybe $6? Fine." I understand skepticism, but listen to what I have to say and then decide for yourself whether the story is true or false. But more importantly, what is the message that I'm trying to give you? Okay, now this goes back to during the crypto boom, when cryptocurrency was initially at its climbing up and up and up and up. And it was a very good time for many content creators, even for myself. In my case, I was getting offers to, promote some coins or some crypto or something or another with small contract like $500. We want you to give a shout out, $1,000. There were even offers for me to, if you can give the mailing address or if you can give the phone numbers, we'll pay you so much money. Okay, so everything was like small bits and pieces. But if you check my channel, I've never accepted anybody for sponsorship, whether even if it's $100 or $500 or whatever the amount. So, but I was making very good money where coaching, branding, talking, you'd not believe, but guys who are making money in crypto were actually booking my sessions just to have a brainstorming session. And the reason for this is I was totally against cryptocurrencies. And, if you check my channel, I always spoke against it. So they would bounce off their ideas to me and they would tell me where do you disagree? Where are the loopholes? We want to hear your criticism. And, they were very intelligent guys. They would take my criticism and they would make it better in terms of how they presented the product, the service, or how they position themselves to their target audience. Like if I would tell them, there's no guarantee that you would pay the money. The money is in your hands. The power is in your hands. How do I know how can I chase you if tomorrow things don't work out? So they would listen to all my objections and they would work around it and present the product. In fact, whenever they would launch a new website or new profile, they would say, how can we brand this or how can we sound appealing to our target audience? What would you suggest? And I'll tell you, it was a good time to make money. I really made money. And the best part I would love about all this is they would give me tips like crazy. It was like sometimes they would actually book 200 and I think those days I was charging $195 or $200 per session or $250, and they would book a session for 1 hour and speak to me for 5, 10, 15 minutes and bye. Some of them would even pay like book for 10 sessions, 15 sessions, 20 sessions and say, give me a good package. So for me, it was good money. So in all this, I had a few regular customers. I was doing pretty well. And then I had whales. Whales are like, if you are into playing mobile games, there is a term called whales. Whales are those people who, if they like the game, they don't mind spending tens of thousands of dollars. There are people who have actually spent, like me, in the game Dominations. If you see my previous videos, it's an online game, strategy game. I was so addicted to this game that I spent $15,000 in just, I think, in a span of just a year. In fact, in 1 hour, this is not bullshit. This is not me bluffing. People who have followed my channel know this because I admitted and spoke about my addiction to these games. In 1 hour, I spent $5,500. And when I came to know how much I spent, I discussed this with my wife. She was actually crying. And this is when I just came into Thailand and, money and clients were very difficult. I was very, very upset. But then my wife said, you spent so much money. I wanted to delete the game and uninstall. She said, you've already spent so much money. Keep the game. So at least there's an outlet. I've spent money on plants and zombies. I've spent money on shooting games. I've spent money on, there is it's not like a gambling game. It's like coins, it keeps pushing coins, or like Monopoly and all that. So I've spent, but those games I've spent $100, $200, but Dominations was one that I spent up to $15,000 in a year. Okay, so like I was telling you, the gaming industry, the mobile gaming industry, is searching for customers like us who spend that kind of money. And if you think I was crazy to spend $15,000, I personally know of domination groups that have spent $100,000 and above. They have a VIP kind of exclusive club, and I've had the opportunity to speak to a Japanese guy who has spent more than $200,000 on various games, online games. Okay, so they as they are searching for whales, I also, as a consultant, as a mentor, online coach consultant, I'm also searching for whales, because whales are good business. They pay good amount of money. So I did have, you could say, 6-7 whales, but they demand the highest standards from you. Like if they say you need to be free at 3 o'clock in the morning, you have to be 3 in the morning. You have to be fresh. You have to, when they talk, you just have to listen, because they are well-paying clients. Okay, so among all these whales, and they were very, very well-mannered, very polite. I was lucky to get good clients. I generally would not want a relationship with a rude client. So this particular guy, who this story is about, was a very smooth talker. Okay, very, very smooth talker. Indian guy, very smooth. I mean, he would say, "Don't worry, lawyer. Don't worry, lawyer. Lawyer, you're like my brother. Lawyer." And anytime, lawyer, if there's anything you want, anything, lawyer, just tell me. I'm here. Okay, this is not bullshit. Anything you need. How's your wife? How things? And once in a while, he would always give me, lawyer, like he would send me $500. Lawyer, this is for you. Take your family out. Have a nice time. Or he would give something for my daughter and say, this is for you. Your daughter is like my daughter. So he was more of this guy who would give money to make you like him more. Okay, and he was very smooth with words. And I really enjoyed having my sessions with him, because I knew for a fact he was a very smooth, savvy businessman. So this continued for some time, and one fine day, he told me, Loy, I want to discuss something very important with you. So fine. What would you prefer? Would you prefer I come down, meet you face to face? I can meet you in some movie, or I don't want to trouble you, bother you. I'll stay in a 5-star hotel, or you can come and meet me, or we can meet in Bangkok. I'll pay for the travel ticket and we can stay. What would you prefer? So I told him, see, listen, we have been always speaking over the WhatsApp. This is an important thing which I forgot to tell you. Very, very important thing. The whales that I was speaking to never showed me their face. They would never show me their face. They would talk to me. They would never reveal their real identity. Okay, they just had a name. And that's how. Like the company, the payment that I had to receive was from a company, a registered company of sorts. So I didn't know how this guy looked, and so he told me, Loy, we'll meet. And in some ways I was thinking, okay, it's good. Finally, I'll get to see who's this guy. But in this thing, I had thoughts about, for a guy who doesn't want to show me his identity, now he's ready to show me his identity. What would be the repercussions of, like, obviously he's keeping himself hidden for a reason. So if I get to meet him, get to see his face, but then what if he doesn't wish for me to remember it? You get what I'm saying? Okay. So what I told him is, let's speak on WhatsApp, or let's speak on Zoom. Let's speak on any of the Google Duo or whatever video. Let's have this. For the strangest reasons, he said, no, let's not have that. I'm not very comfortable with that. And he insisted, whether Bangkok or this thing. Then finally I told him, why don't we just continue with the call the way it is going? Like, talk. He said, fine. So he sounded upset, and for the first time I could sense that he was upset. But I kept quiet. I didn't say anything. So he said, I'll talk to you after a few days. Okay, fine. After a few days, he contacted me again, and he said, okay, Loy, we are on a call. This is a 4-way call. So I'll be speaking to you along with my partner and my legal representative. So I was like, legal representative? He's saying, yeah, because this is something very important and confidential. So I said, fine. And he said, before we speak, I will send you a document. You'll have to sign that, okay, and read it and then sign it. If you have any questions, you can ask me. So what he had actually sent me was a form which I could not reveal very specific bits of information, because he knew that anything that I experience, I tend to share it online. Okay. But he knew the reason why he was comfortable is because I never shared the name, I never shared specific details, I never doxed anyone. So he knew he could trust me. And because he had done business with me for quite some time and other people, he knew that I would never, openly state anything about anyone. But in that, I think it's called NDA, non-disclosure agreement, there were certain bits that he marked and said, we're going to discuss about this. These cannot be shared. Okay. However, if you'd just like to share, I met a client or I spoke to a client, that's fine. And he also let me know very explicitly that there would be legal repercussions. If I did break the contract, I'd be taken to court. And the lawyer knew the law of the land and, Thailand, other countries. So it was not going to be a joke. So I was a little concerned. I was a little afraid. I was like, what the hell am I getting dragged into? But, he was good with words. He said, lawyer, you can, any doubts, anything, just relax. This is just, just formality. I said, fine. I signed the thing, and obviously he was paying me for my time. It was not free. It was not like these meetings were free. He knew that every time I would meet someone and give them my time, he would always give me money. So finally we got on this call, and as we were speaking, he laid down concept he had. In a nutshell, without giving you specific, it was, he would pay me $120,000, 120. That is $10,000 a month as a salary. There was an option of almost half a million US dollars through the commission and sales and number of people, and he had given some technical bits on the financial aspect. Okay, so the total minimum I would make is $620,000 US dollars. The maximum could go $1 million, $2 million US dollars. Okay. Now, after listening to all this, and it was good, what it included, I forgot to tell you. The travel would be taken care of anytime there was any bit of traveling. There was traveling involved. He wanted me to do seminars. He wanted me to do conferences. He wasn't as much as interested on my YouTube making videos because, hardly getting views. But he wanted to focus on the branding. He wanted to focus on me training, giving values. And he also said a bit of sponsorship you can mention in terms of in your videos. So that gives a little bit of added credibility. His target audience were certain markets which people used to watch my videos. He also wanted to focus more on the Middle East and more on India. Okay. And he had a clientele list and target markets. And there would be a lot of traveling. There would be a lot of work involved. Okay. So after listening to all this, I thought about, okay, now I did kind of speak to my wife. I didn't tell her the specific details because NDA. So I told her, what if I get $1 million? I just told her, what if I get $1 million? You'd not believe, my simple wife, the first thing she asked me is this some scam? Is this something with the mafia? I said, no, it's nothing scam, nothing mafia, but it's with, cryptocurrency, coins. And she told me, no, there is so many people getting into it and so many people making money, so many people losing money. She told me, this is not your business. What if it doesn't work out? What if there's a police problem? So she was pretty skeptical and she said, I'm afraid. Okay, that was, I'm telling you, this was a immediate reaction. I'm afraid because money cannot come so easy. So even though she was a simple female, she knew, she had the common sense and the intuitiveness to know that. Okay. As for me, I told that guy, I need some time to think. He said, take your time, Roy. We have, let's say, a month, 2 months. You can take your time and think because we are getting things sorted out here. Okay, fine. But then finally, after nearly a month or so, I let him know that I would have to back out from this deal. I was very sincere, very polite. He did try to sweeten the deal by asking me, what else can I offer you? You name your price. Because he was comfortable with me. But I finally said no. And lucky, this thing, I was kind of worried that he would take it the wrong way. Then he finally said, he was like, I asked him, are you feeling bad? Why? Life is too large. Okay. Just because someone doesn't want something, you can't force them. I would rather have you willingly work for me for more than, willingly work for me for less or more, or whatever, rather than me forcing you. Okay. So he was very cool, calm, composed. Fine. But what were the reasons? I said, okay, I'll give it to you here. The first one is, and this is from experience. If someone has the power and the capacity to pay you 100,000 or to 500,000 or even 1,000,000, someone who has the power to pay you that kind of money, he is a very rich and very powerful individual with very powerful contacts and connections. And remember this, in this game of money, especially businessmen and politics and politicians and cryptocurrencies, things are not as straightforward as it seems. And you have to be very careful who you're playing with or who you're dealing with, especially when they are powerful. Like the biblical saying goes, I know it's ironical, me being an atheist, I'm saying about the Bible. The more powerful a king is, the more dangerous it is for you. I'm just paraphrasing. Like at 1 minute, 1 second, the king can be very happy with you and gift you land and a castle and wife and life and whatever. And maybe if he had a bad day, you can just chop your head off and nobody can question him. So the kind of money that he was talking about and the kind of person that he was, I knew that he was very powerful. And now that he is on my good side, everything is good. But if I would go on his bad side or the honeymoon phase would get over, I'd be in deep trouble. And I already experienced this with that fake degree guy. Okay, the second one, that was the first one. The second one is, there's no such thing as free lunch. There's no such thing as free dinner or money hanging on trees or free money. There is never such thing. Any and every person who pays you $1 would want not only that $1 back, but interest. We ourselves, when we purchase anything, we are looking for the best value for money. So nobody is going to give money and keep quiet. And yes, there are people who cheat us, there are scammers. If we can do something to destroy that person, if that person cheats us or doesn't give us a proper deal, like putting a bad Google review or ruining their reputation, it's not worth it. So if he was paying me that kind of money, he would definitely make me work. It was, even though it looked very sweet and nice and okay, he was ready to book in a 5-star hotel and take me VIP someplace. Don't think that, he wouldn't, like they say in Hindi, paisa vasool, he wouldn't make sure he gets his ROI. Number 3 is, I have always believed where there's a lot of money, there's a lot of power, there's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of dangers, there's a lot of risks. You're talking of big time players. And I just sorted out my life. I got away from a near assassination attempt of being with someone who was very dangerous. I was not going to risk it again. The next point was, this is the part of what he was expecting. Like you see my videos where I talk. He wanted me to be the face of the company in certain markets where I would be the host, I would be the announcer, because of my tattoos and all that, I would stand out. He wanted me to be part of the seminars, give speeches, keynote addresses, conduct conferences, events, parties, network and all that. So I would be the face of the company. I'd be wearing the brand and everything else. Now, in as much as this sounds very flattering, when things go south, or if tomorrow there's a legal issue, guess who they are going to catch? They will catch the person who is easily identifiable. And with this face of mine, people can easily identify me. And, once people have videos and photographs and they upload on social media, I'm finished. Just remember what I told you. He never showed me his face, but he wanted my face to be everywhere. So, he's transferring the risk. Okay. I'm not saying he's an evil person, but he is, smart. Then the next point is, given that I would have to spend a year on promoting and marketing his brand, I wouldn't be able to make the videos or do the work that I'm currently doing. See, if you notice, I put 3 to 4 videos per day. My whole day goes in making videos and clients. So if I were to take another project, which I have to work for 1 full year, long term, I would never be free for a client, because if he's paying me that kind of money, I can't tell him, please wait, I'm still speak to a client. If he wants me to do a conference or a seminar or an event, it takes 24/7 until before the event and after the event. Events are not a joke. And obviously he would want me to do something extras, maybe assist someone or be with one VIP guest. And it's a very tiring. So obviously my brand would suffer, given the fact that if I do something today, it snowballs and the returns come after 6 months. If I would not work on my brand for 1 year, my brand would be dead. It is so hard to be relevant or to be remembered on social media. You forget going away for a year. If I don't upload for a few days or weeks, I will lose a lot of people. People move on, yeah. In today's day and age, nobody waits for anyone. They'll check, no new video. They'll unsubscribe and, finished. I'll have to start from scratch. The next point was, this is a very important point. See, he was talking to me about cryptocurrency. He was talking to me about, the blockchain and Bitcoin and this coin and investing. And that is not my area. That is not my line of expertise. I don't know anything about this. And this is one mistake that many influencers, many celebrities, many stars do. They endorse a product which they have no idea what it does. How many people endorse cryptocurrencies or showed their face as they represent this company or this brand without knowing what they do, without knowing the operation, without knowing what they're getting into. That is why Warren Buffett, he never purchases, if you notice, he never purchases or invests in any company which he does not understand, whether it's a product or service. That is why he never invested into crypto or any of the AI companies, even though that is where the highest ROI is. Why? Because his logic was simple. If I don't understand the product, the service, the company, the operations, the people, the vision, I'm not going to put my money. That is why the money that he has invested is only in companies where he's well aware of all this, and he has taken a relationship for like a standing of 10, 20, 30 years. So for me, I had no idea what is this crypto. I had no idea what is this, all this NFT block, and I didn't believe in it. If you don't believe in it, you should not promote it. How many YouTubers have promoted cryptocurrency and all these VPNs and without knowing what they're getting themselves into? So for me, not interested, because I'm putting my name next to something else, and I can be in trouble. And the next point is piggyback to this one. If things go south, if things don't work out, if there's a legal problem or something illegal is exposed, I would be jailed. Okay, I would not only be jailed, I'd be maybe jailed for life. Maybe I would be held responsible to pay other people of their losses. Maybe they would say he influenced me, he was the face, he communicated to me. In fact, if you search in Malaysia, in Thailand, I think in India, not too sure, but definitely US and all these countries, all those people who are the face of a cryptocurrency brand or any product or service which they try to sell, now they have legal cases on them. And in Thailand, there were a couple of celebrities or stars who promoted a coin or a investment. They got into jail and they had to pay millions of dollars, much more than what they were paid as sponsorship. Why? Because the verdict was, people trusted you and you told them to believe in this company because they believed in you. So they took your word, they believed in this company, and they put their money. So you are held accountable. And yes, they were searching for the owners, they were searching for these people who ran this scam, but they could not catch them. They have vanished. So who's in hot water? The person who was the face of the company. And for me, given my face, given how I look, people will never forget. So in a nutshell, these were the reasons why I said no to it. And I think the last, if not the least, the biggest aspect was, I think, logically understanding. See, I have right now a goose that lays golden eggs, but one egg per day. By me making these videos, by me speaking to customers, clients, interacting, I meet maybe one client per day, for example. So that's one golden egg per day. What he was offering me was, cut open the goose and get all the eggs at once, and you'll be happily ever after. You don't have to wait every day, get up, go take one egg. And I have made this mistake in the past of being carried away with all these perks and benefits. Like I told you, when that guy with a fake degree business that he still does, he offered me a 3-bedroom villa, servants, Range Rover, position of director. I could come and go anytime I liked. I had my own visa. I had all the independence. I had a computer room, computer setup, whatever I wanted. It was too good to be true, man. And I would only have to report to him. But when things went south, he took away everything and I was thrown on the street. So I didn't forget that incident. I didn't forget that memory. And because of which, they say, once bitten, twice shy. So finally what happened? So after I said no, our conversations became less and less. He was still polite. He was still nice. And however, the frequency was not as much as before, because I kind of understood later on that he was trying to figure out how was I, and he was trying to entice me. But when I said finally no, there was no point of trying to give me tips or trying to talk to me every day and all that. And eventually we moved apart, but the frequency was there. But after the cryptocurrency crash, he just vanished. His website, his whatever little bit that he used to send me of his other companies, everything vanished. Obviously, he didn't have an online profile, but all the projects that were highlighted online didn't exist. And I was like, oh, okay. And to this date, he has not contacted me or nothing. It's I know it sounds like a fairy tale, but I'll tell you, if you are involved, or you had some involvement, or somebody who's involved in cryptocurrency, in all these financial products of easy money, you know what I'm saying is true. When they want your money, or when they want something from you, they're very easily contactable. But once they get what they want, or the market crashes, they are uncontactable. In fact, not even one, all the cryptocurrency customers that I used to have and used to pay so much money, all vanished. So funny. After the cryptocurrency crash, all vanished. So in a way, I kind of miss the cryptocurrency boom, because I was making good money per month with these guys. Good money. And it was a very effortless job. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think I did the right thing or wrong thing? What would you do if you're in my place? I'm pretty sure some of you would have taken the chance, because it's good money. And yeah, for those of you who are skeptics and hey, this is all bullshit, feel free, comment down below, say, because obviously you're not in my shoes, and there's no way for you to verify whether what I said is true or false, because I'm not showing you evidence, which I can't. I hope you got something of value through these, how many minutes? Nearly 30 plus minutes. Love to hear your thoughts. And if you experience something like this, either in cryptocurrency or in investments or easy money, or you lost big money, please comment down below. Love to read and maybe get in touch with you. Okay? You guys take care. It's me signing off. Ciao.